So I think we are ready to begin. Welcome everyone to series 2 of Talk Travel. Now, what we've been noticing recently is that these episodes really are giving you the information and inspiration that you need to travel or to add to your bucket list. And recently we've been seeing more demand for people who have really missed out on quality time with their friends, family and children. You know, the fun times that we used to have, they haven't been as available to us. So there is a strong desire for us to go and get away on holiday and to enjoy that together time. However, and that sounds brilliant, but booking and deciding on a holiday at this moment in time and the type of holiday you take when there are more people to satisfy, in other words, different ages, you know, from kids right the way through to grandma and granddad who might just want to, you know, enjoy themselves on a more relaxed, choose that holiday. And how can we help you choose? Well, today I'm absolutely thrilled that we have the perfect solution for you, and that is Royal Caribbean Cruises. Now, if you've never cruised before, just stay with us on this one because you're going to love what you see. And this could be the best holiday choice you've ever made. So on that note, I'm going to pass you over and welcome Nicki from Royal Caribbean Cruises, who's going to tell you what it's like to be on board and also, you know, what they have to offer right now. So over to you, Nicki. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Anne. Hello, everyone. As you can see, I'm on our private island in the Caribbean, or I wish. So a lovely backdrop today. Unfortunately, I haven't got the nice weather. So I'm going to share my screen. So hopefully then I can start the presentation. Okay, so a holiday worth waiting for, which is what we all want. In this presentation, I'm going to do an overview of Royal Caribbean, putting family first, Anthem of the Seas, Jewel of the Seas and Grandeur of the Seas, which are our 3 key products at the moment, and 2022 on sale now. So first of all, what to expect from Royal Caribbean. It's award-winning, multi-award winning. We go to over 250 destinations, and one of them is the private destinations reinvented with the opening of Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We've got onboard inclusions, West End shows, including Mamma Mia, We Will Rock You. We've also got Hairspray in Greece. We've got Skypad, rock climbing and surfing, just to name a few. Plus, we've got a lovely adult-only solarium. Service, we've got 5-star dining included, service charters to the highest industry standard, and our guest-to-crew ratio is 3 to 1. Now, I'm going to show you a video which just brings it alive for families.
Go ahead, live your best life. Go ahead, live your best life. You can live your best life, best life, best life. You can live it, we can go get it, we can go get it, we can go get it. You can live it, we can go get it, we can go get it. Go ahead, live your best life. Life.
That shows you what we have on board for families. And I just want to touch first about families. We really look after you, your children. We have an Adventure Ocean program. It's from 9 o'clock in the morning till 12 at night. So if you wanted to leave your children there all day, you can. We have the Aquanauts 3 to 5 and their space painting, Sleeping Beauty, Adventure Science, Bubbling Potions. We have the Explorers 6 to 8, Designer Spaceship, Skin the Snake, Tunnel Tag, And then we have Voyagers 9 to 11, where they have Jedi Dodgeball, Crazy Tag, Adventure Art, and Fish Kite. And they get their own kids' daily planner. So you can work out if you want to drop your children off first thing in the morning, and they get a full planner of activities. The great news is with Royal, as soon as you book a family cruise, your children are automatically registered into the Adventure Ocean. It's staffed only by childcare and recreation professionals. It's complimentary until 10 p.m. Then you can pay extra if you want to leave them in later. 3 sessions per day. And as I said, it's really fun games, learning, parties guaranteed, and only you or a nominated adult can sign your kids in and out. So it's just so secure and a great place. And a lot of my friends say they take their children on board and have struggle getting them out of the kids club. But we also have something for the teens and tweens. We have a living room teen lounge, Fuel Teen Club movie club, and then we have a classic arcade. So the arcade, and this is on all of our ships. And then we have games, sports and parties, and they have their own area. So there's something for all children of all ages. So just to give you an idea of family time, you can go at 12:15 to see a family movie. 1 o'clock, you can go on the flow rider. You've got balloon twisting. There's a Harry Potter trivia, family science, all afternoon in the Splashaway Bay, movie time. And we even have family time dining, where you go in to the dining room about 6:30. You'll all eat together, and then your children will be served quite quickly. They'll finish, and then the Adventure Ocean team will take them away so you can finish your meal in peace and quiet. So we think of everything on board Royal. So meet the fleet. We've got 26 ships. We've pretty much got the world covered. At the moment, we've got UK cruises, which I'll touch on. Europe, we've got the Caribbean, Australia, Alaska. So pretty much where there's sea, you'll find us. We've got ships for everybody. We've got from our Vision class, which hold about 2,000 passengers, up to our Oasis class, which hold about 5,500, which are real destination ships. So hopefully we've got something for everyone, and pretty much, as I said earlier, the world covered. So class ships, and she is doing staycations in the UK this summer. So sailing from Southampton from the 7th of July through 15th of July on ocean getaways. Then the 15th of July, we've got 5 to 8 night British Isle sailings. Then about the 5th of September, it's going back to the normal deployment and going to fjords and city breaks. Then it's going to return to England next year, where it would be in New York in the winter. Now, I just want to give you a really good lead in. So if some of you are thinking of going away this summer, and obviously with all restrictions, we have the staycation sailing. So we have available on this beautiful ship, 23rd of August, a 6-night cruise that goes to Liverpool and Belfast. But you'll see when I go through everything's on board, you might not want to get off. Leading price for an interior is $719 per person, and a balcony is $839. Now, the nice thing with the interiors on this ship, they do have balconies to the side or the starboard. So we have great offers on this ship for this summer. So here's a video just to bring it alive for you. jealous, but I'm actually going on her on Sunday for 2 nights, and that's made me very excited to get on board. Pod that rises above the ship, and you have bird's eye views of all of the ship and the destination you are in of that day. The flow rider, the ripcord, where you actually the flight simulator, bumper cars, archery, rock climbing wall. We also do the PADI, the scuba certification on board, and there's a trapeze school. But if you just want to lay back and enjoy yourself, you've got the solarium, the adult solarium, one of my favorite places on board. You've got the H2O zone water park, plenty of pools and whirlpools. And then dining, you know, one thing about cruising, if any of you have never cruised before, you know, for me, it's the evening dining. You can choose speciality or you can go into the main dining. I mean, just stunning places to have a nice meal before you go and take a show. So these are some of the specialities we have on board. We have Jamie's Italian, Chops Grill. We have Izumi, where they do the teppanyaki, Wonderland, Chef's Table. So you can just try out all different cuisines. And then at night, it comes alive. We have the schooner bar. The pianist will play all your songs. You walk in, you can choose a favorite song. You can have a sing-along. Boleros for the salsa dancing. You've got the bionic bar. We've got pool bars. The 270 is nice and quiet during the day and comes alive as an entertainment venue in the evening. And then you would have seen in the video, we've got We Will Rock You, the West End show on board, Anthem. We also have other shows as well. We have guest entertainers, original productions, live orchestra. Then also just want to touch on your staterooms. So, you know, they are beautiful staterooms. As I said earlier on Anthem, all of the interior would be virtual balconies. But for me, I would always have a real balcony. It's nothing, you can't beat having breakfast on the balcony or just walking out on the balcony and seeing actually what the weather's like, or watching the ship sail into port and some of the beautiful places we go to. So I just put this on for just to give you what's included in the price. So pretty much, you know, this gives you an idea of cost that you'd spend in the UK if you're going to do any of these activities. And the cost on Royal are complimentary. So you could save over £1,000 for a family of 4. So just remember that. How much would you pay to go and see We Will Rock You in the West End? And you can see it complimentary on board Anthem of the Seas. So that was Anthem. I just want to touch on Jewel of the Seas, one of our Radiance class ships. She's going to be sailing out of Limassol this summer. So obviously we're still waiting on the green light for this, but I know Anne's going to touch on this at the end of the presentation. But I just wanted to share that Jewel will be sailing from the 24th of July to the 23rd of October this year. Direct flights from Manchester, Birmingham and London Gatwick. And she'll be sailing around the Greek Isles. She'll be going to Athens, Rhodes, Crete, Mykonos and Santorini. Beautiful ship, 90,000, just over 2,000 passengers. It's got the 3 pools. It's got an outdoor movie screen, Viking Crown Lounge. You'll see at the top on the picture with the pool. Just a stunning ship to go and see the Greek islands. Second one I want to touch on, and this is new, first time ever that Royal Caribbean has actually sailed out of Barbados. So we'll be sailing in winter 21. Grandeur of the Seas was home port in Barbados, doing amazing Southern Caribbean. We're doing the 7-night Southern Caribbean Island Hop, the Southern Caribbean Adventure, and the 14-night Ultimate Caribbean. Now, the 7 nights, some of them don't have any sea days, so you'll only be cruising in the evenings. But look at the destinations: St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Vincent, Grenada, Tobago, Trinidad, even the Dutch islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and the 2 weeks taking the Costa Rica, Colombia. So you've got a mixture of rainforests, the beach and culture. So it's great itineraries. And the ship is Grandeur of the Seas, one of our Vision class ships. So just over 2,000 guests. Again, specialty dining we have on board, adults only solarium, Broadway style entertainment. You know, this ship is very much great for the Caribbean because you'll only be sailing in the evening. So you'll be great for the entertainment and the specialty dining on board. A couple of the shore exits we do in the new ports, Trinidad. We can do the House of Angostura rum distillery. There's always a lot of rum in the Caribbean. Tobago for the waterfalls, and St. Vincent where they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean. So that's just a highlight of the 3 of the new ports. So Europe 22, the great news is we are all on sale for next year, and we're going to have 7 ships in Europe. So just touch on them. Allure of the Seas is one of our Oasis class ships. This is one of my favorite ships. It's pretty much got everything you want on board, and the West End show on this is Mamma Mia, sailing out of Barcelona. We have a brand new ship this year, Odyssey of the Seas, sailing out of Rome. Brilliance of the Seas out of Ravenna, which is near to Venice. As I've touched on earlier, Anthem of the Seas out of Southampton. Voyage of the Seas, Copenhagen and Stockholm. So this is doing more higher, the Norwegian fjords. Vision of the Seas, if you want a smaller ship out of Barcelona. And these do the Western Mediterranean and Greek Isles. And then we've got Jewel of the Seas out of Amsterdam and Tarragona, which is near Salou. So I'm just going to show you a little video. We've pretty much got everything covered there with all of the ships in Europe for next year. But as you can see, we also go to, you've got Alaska and the Caribbean. I just want to touch on the steps we're taking to keep everyone safe. We've got 100% fresh filtered air. Our HVAC system continuously intakes 100% fresh ocean air, filter it for supply to all indoor rooms and areas. We've got medical grade cleaning standards. Our new sanitation protocols use EPA certified disinfectants and techniques like electrostatic fogging to clean frequently and consistently. We've upgraded our medical facilities and expert care. We have more doctors and nurses on board, upgraded facilities, equipment and sound care plans, and safe, timely return home in any scenario. We've partnered with the local authorities to develop transport protocols to get you home safely. Now, one of the protocols we've got out at the moment is the Anthem of the Seas. For anyone who wants to book for this summer on our staycations, we are asking that all guests 18 years and older must have completed all doses of their COVID vaccine at least 14 days before sailing. So you do need to be doubly vaccinated. Guests younger than 18 don't need to be vaccinated, but they just need to follow the testing guidance. And we are asking that vaccinated guests bring a negative result of a PCR test taken within 72 hours. And we are paying for that. It is complimentary. So as I said, I'm going on Anthem on Sunday and I'm having my test on Friday morning. So, but all of these, you can always find out all of our protocols, our Cruising with Confidence program, all with Delmar World Travel. So hopefully that's just given you an insight into the wonderful world of Royal Caribbean. And I would just share my screen so I can get Anne back. Hello, Anne. Oh, you're on mute.
Here we go. Okay, can you hear me? Good.
Yes.
Right, well, that was absolutely fantastic. And I don't know how you did it in the time, Nicki, I have to say, because yesterday when we were talking, I mean, it just seems so much to fit in. So for those of you who've joined us, that perhaps we've, covered a lot of ground there on the ships. I appreciate that we've traveled the world with Nicki just now. We've been through a fleet of ships and quite a bit of information packed in. So if you wanted to view this again, it will be on our website, certainly by tomorrow. So you'll be able to view it. Because as I say, there really is so much to consider. What I would like to say to you is the situation regarding travel restrictions is changing almost daily. And you've probably seen on the news in the last couple of weeks that the travel industry really has been fighting back for a safe return to travel, but a practical return to travel. And what we've seen as a result of that is the government have told us that they will be allowing doubly vaccinated passengers to travel to amber countries. Now, what we're actually waiting on is the date that that's going to happen. And we believe it's imminent for this summer, to allow families to travel this summer. Now, whilst we appreciate that children are not going to be doubly vaccinated, if mum, dad, and all the relatives that are going with you are, then that makes life so much easier. And then we've only got the children to think about, and there is quite a lenient way of testing for them before they go. Because everybody is different and at different stages in terms of vaccinations and perhaps the way they look at traveling, we are there to break through all of that faff, the confusion. Well, I can't go away because it seems so complicated. Well, we're living and breathing it every day. So please ring us, because if you want to get away this summer and you're trying to make do by thinking, well, we'll just have to take the kids somewhere, don't. Come and talk to us first, because if you imagine taking them on the Anthem from Southampton with all those things included, I mean, the value, and Nicki, I know you're here to sell Royal Caribbean Cruises, but I have to say the value is phenomenal. If I were taking, and I have done, they're not children now, but about 10 years ago, I celebrated a big birthday. I wish I was celebrating that one again, but we did that on the Independence of the Seas. And do you know, it was the best thing ever, because there were 15 of us. We all wanted sort of different things, but we came together in the evening and we came together in periods during the day. But we all said, for different reasons, it was the best family break we'd ever had. And it didn't cost a fortune. So I think that's what we're looking for. The other thing, sorry, I'm going on because I'm a bit passionate about this one, is you mentioned the Greek islands with a direct flight from Manchester going this summer, Nicki. Mm-hmm. What was the duration of that? Can you remember?
Yeah, 7 nights. I mean, I've just got a lead in now. 18th of September, lead-in price is $799 per person. And that includes your direct flight from Manchester. We're using TUI, your transfers and your cruise around the Greek islands. So all you have to pay for is just your drinks, and you can get off. We are saying you don't need a shore excursion, so you can get off and explore these ports of call on your own if you want.
Great. So what I would say to the people who perhaps are tempted by that, but a little bit put off by possible restrictions, call us so that we can talk you through it. Because as I say, everybody has their own individual concerns and they're all in a different place with regard to vaccines. But if you're craving a bit of sunshine and you feel that you may have to wait till next summer, that isn't necessarily the case. Now, when we look forward to next year, what I'm seeing is a huge demand for the Caribbean, and more recently, Alaska, which is also very up there on people's bucket lists. So, you know, do give us a call. I don't think have I had any questions through? Oh, yes. Can you tell me, Nicki, with regard to the gratuities, what is the arrangement there with gratuities? Because we Brits, we worry about tipping, don't we?
We're not good. We're not good at tipping us Brits. And it is.
Yeah.
I think it is, and I think also it's the tipping before you go. But I think, and you'll know, I mean, I always go and I want to take the cabin steward home with me, because I mean, you know, your room is cleaned in the morning, it's cleaned in the night, you have fresh towels. So with the gratuities, they're roughly about $10 per person per day. You can pre-book them. I always say pre-book them, it's part of your holiday, holiday money rather than your spending money. If you have different dining on board, so we have the 6:30 dining and the 8:30, we all have the same table every night. But the My Time dining, we do, you have to prepay your gratuities, because you're going to see a different waiter every night. So the gratuities, you know, you think, oh, that'll cover the waiters and the cabin steward. It just covers more than that, down to your kids club. You know, the kids club, you know, they look after your children for free, but they get some of the gratuities, the bottle washers, the washer uppers. It covers everything. And I think one thing you've got to think, it is part of cruising, just have it put on at the beginning so you don't have to worry about it. You can tip more if you want, and most people do, because I said, you know, the cabin steward pretty much is, yeah, he does give you time to have a sleep, but he really looks after you.
No, it's so true. And, you know, I agree with you. Every cruise we've been on, the crew are just fantastic. And without their sort of friendly smiles and their wonderful service, the experience just would not be there, would it? So I agree. But at Delmar, what we do when we quote you a price is we'll quote you with gratuities included, unless you specifically ask us not to, because it's more realistic to do it that way. The other question that I've had is about ports of call. So there was rumours that when you visit various ports of call, that you actually have to take the excursions that the cruise ship provides, and that you cannot get off unless you do. Do you know any more about that, Nicki? Right, I know
now? Definitely for Anthem, you don't have to. You can get off and do your own thing. So you don't have to take an organised tour. One thing I will say, though, I mean, this doesn't apply to Liverpool and Belfast, but I would always take a tour of the places you've always wanted to go, because sometimes you could get off the ship and you have a wander. I'll give you an example. Tortola. I went to Tortola. I was lucky enough, my brother lived out there for a little while, and I used to watch people get off the ships, turn left and walk. But if they'd taken a tour over the top to the beach and all around there, they would have had a different experience. Or do an island tour, do a morning tour. But the places, because sometimes you could walk a very long way and get nowhere. You know, that you get the little shops that are by the ship, but I would always recommend tours. But yeah, at the moment, you don't need to have a tour. You can get off and do your own thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's great. Anybody else got any more questions? Or can you, while we're just finishing off, could you just type in if you'd like a little bit more information, because I'm not sure what we've got in the way of brochures at the moment, because they've been very reduced. But if we've got brochures in stock, then we will send one out. And if not, we'll apply and we'll get you one sorted.
And can I stop you? We do have a virtual brochure. So I'll send you the link that you can send out. And the great thing with the virtual brochure, there's videos. You can make the deck plans bigger, so you can actually see where the cabins are.
You're coming wrong with that. I always have a problem with the deck plans.
So do I. And another thing I just wanted to add, and what you were saying about your family and the multi-generational, I think the great thing about the cruise, and you would have seen when I was talking about Anthem, is that, yeah, I've talked about the activities, but the ice cream is included. The hot dogs are included. The burgers are, you know, you can go and get a pizza at any time of the day. And, you know, a friend of mine took his children on and he said he didn't have to keep putting his hand in his pocket. The only thing I think you need to do, if they go in the arcade, you can put a set amount of money on the Sea Pass card, because don't forget it's cashless on board. But, you know, when you go on even a holiday in the UK, if the weather's not very good, it soon mounts up So that's the one thing, you know, don't just look at the price. You know, I said the price was what, $7.19 for an inside for 6 nights, but what you're getting with that. I mean, drinks is another one. I mean, I don't know if someone might have thought about asking this, but we have drinks packages. We do a soda package for the children's about $10 a day. And then we have the deluxe drinks package, which is about $55 per person per day. But that's 5 drinks. 5 drinks, and that could be specialty coffee, bottled water, your cocktails, your wine at dinner. And once you book your cruise, we ask you to go onto your pre-cruise planner, and often we have sales, so the drink prices will come down as well.
Yes, I've noticed that, and you get a really reasonable package if you're not that savvy with all of this stuff. Don't worry, we've got a great team that will help you and guide you through all of that. So I think that actually is it. I can't see any more coming through as far as questions are concerned. So, you know, thank you so much, Nicki. I think we all need that inspiration, and certainly you've given it to me. I just can't wait to get away. So thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
Before you go, everyone, I just want to tell you that next week we're going to Japan. And that is on everyone's bucket list. I've been lucky enough to do it once, but it was so good. I have definitely got to go back. So do join us, because as you know, we tend to deal with really excellent partners, and very often for destinations like that, specialists who are really able to dig down into the detail of the destination. So sign up in the usual way. You can look on our website. You'll certainly get an invitation if you're on our mailing list as well. So hopefully you'll be able to join us next week. Thanks again, everyone, and keep safe. See you soon.